We're back with the Fifth Avenue. She was stuck over there, if you guys remember, with a flat tire. And you can see I just drove it over here. And I changed out that tire. And it was stuck here for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years right there in that grassy, actually where there's no grassy hat there. It was stuck there for the last 4 or 5 years. We pulled it up and got stuck right about here with a left front tire that was flat. So I came out, I swapped out the tire and brought it up over here, and I found another, it's actually a minivan wheel. It's a big block bolt pattern. Mopar's got 2 bolt patterns. They have a 5 lug, I think it's a 4-inch bolt pattern, and then they have the 5 lug 4.5, and this has the 4.5, the big block bolt pattern. Same as a minivan, and well, a later model minivan anyways. The earlier model minivans did have the small block bolt pattern because I got a minivan out on the property. Well, hey Sheba, what's up, girl? Girl, come here, girl. Yeah, you guys see my other ones. Well, this is Sheba. This is Sheba. That's my girl. That's my girl dog. Yeah, she loves daddy. This one here, I haven't really talked a lot about her, but this one here loves me more than I think Bear or any of them. She is so protective that she won't even allow anybody to get near me. If somebody comes on the property, she just goes completely ballistic. She doesn't want them around me. She doesn't want them near me. She's afraid they're going to hurt me or something. She's just so protective that it's just unbelievable. She's really a good dog. But anyways, back to the Fifth Avenue. So we changed that tire out and we moved it up here. The brakes are sticking pretty bad on the front, but it is rolling and driving now. And of course, it doesn't have any brakes. You know, with the brakes sticking so bad, you really don't need brakes because it kind of slows itself down. But when it sat over there and the crankcase filled up with gas again, it was filled up to begin with, and that's what locked the engine up and made me think the engine was bad. And I was going to pull the engine out and stick a 3D3 in it and then try to rebuild that engine and put it in my Challenger. It filled up with the new fuel pump I put on it, which was just a clickety-clack pump. It filled up the crankcase with gas again, and what happened was I had put the carburetor on it, set that fuel pump up on it, and had the positive hook but the negative not. Well, somehow the negative fell down and touched some metal and grounded it. And when it grounded it, it put a gallon of gas that I had sitting up here into the engine. It went past the rings into the oil. So now I have a gallon of yeah, I got a gallon of gas in the oil, so it smells like it. Yeah, there's gas in the oil, so now I'm gonna have to change the oil and give it a good flush. And I'll do that. I'm gonna drain the oil. I got some Rotella 1540, and I got some zinc additive, and a new oil filter to take the pH 43 or whatever filter you're going to use. I think I have a 43 around laying around here. You know, we're on a budget here at Beamer Son Garage, so we're going to use the parts we got around here. Fram used to be a very trusted oil filter. There's a lot of people that don't like Fram. I've never had a problem with Fram oil filters, so we're going to use a Fram pH 43 on it because that's the size filter it takes a short style. We're going to put the Fram to it with the Rotella oil and some zinc additive. Change the oil, and then we're on to the brakes. And once we get the brakes unfroze and then get the brakes working, we're going to give this thing a pressure wash with our pressure washer. We're going to clean it up. The seats are just barely bolted in there. You can see the seat is just kind of like it's like a rocking chair. Yeah, you need to tighten the seat up, clean out the inside. I coated the floorboards with oil. You can see a puddle right there. I'm kind of a fanatic with putting oil on. Old oil, used oil is what I use around here. You put used oil on something and well, rust can't set in if it's got oil on it. So I coated the floors with oil to prevent, the vehicle from, rusting up, and the floors from inside rusting up. And I coated the whole complete floorboard front to back with motor oil. And that's where I'm at with this one right now. Just got to change the oil. I opened that door. Ooh, there's ants in there. Look at that. Hey, what's up, guys? Me and Anthony, look at that. Oh, lordy, lordy. We don't like ants. We'll just kill them all. Yeah, we're disturbing their home, but they're in my car, so they're gonna have to go. They gotta go. You gotta go, guys. Sorry. One way or another, you're gonna go. I need some spray. Yeah, we're killing ants now. You can see the floor got all rusty right there. Yeah, you don't know what you're gonna find when you open a car up like this. You know, we got ants everywhere. Sometimes you're gonna open it up and have wasp in it. We'll have to go down to the dollar store and get some spray. I'm still killing them. There must be a million of them. I've never seen so many ants. Yeah, that's nature for you. Ugh. I knew I should have got some ant spray the other day. I asked my son if he had some at the house. You don't know what you're going to find when you open up a door. Yeah, there they are. A whole bunch of them right here. Eggs and everything. Yeah, they're just everywhere. Oh my God. Those are eggs hatching eggs. Ugh. Feel like I got them crawling on me now. Because they are. Yeah, this is going to be a candidate for some raid. This will definitely be a candidate for some good raid. Yeah, we'll have to get some raid for it. I need to open the trunk to see what's in there. It may be loaded full. Who knows what's in the trunk? I don't remember. It's been so long since I've had the trunk open on this car. You're running into stuff like this, you know, ants and wasps and bees and all kinds of creatures get in your vehicles when they sit around, you know, possums and coons and everything else. This thing used to have a lock on it. There it is. It still works. Might be a dead body in there. No, there's not a dead body in there. There's some parts in there. It looks like some body materials, and there's some fan belts we can add to our collection of fan belts. Those are some of my dad's belts that he kept. That was for the car. Well, it's kind of musky smelling. There's some body material. I bet these cans are, yeah, believe it or not, they're still good, huh? Can't believe it. We don't know if it'll spray or not. There's some fiberglass clear resin, and it's probably got so much heat to it, it's probably evaporated. There's still anything in it? Yeah, see, it evaporated. It completely evaporated. There's my junk burn pile, so we'll throw that over there. You know, when you get a car that's got stuff like this in it, it'll get hot. Is that a whole set of sockets? That's a whole set of sockets. Look at that. That's a brand new, well, not brand new set, but it's like finding a new set, you know. There we go. Yeah, they got wet and mildewed and yeah, they're really rusty, but you know what? They're salvageable. You know, tools like this are hard to come by. So we'll take them up to the garage here. We'll spray them down with some PB Blaster and let the PB Blaster soak and eat the rust off of them. I mean, that's what the PB does. It's a rust killer. It's a rust eater. AutoZone used to sell some spray that was really good, and it was called Rust Eater. That was the name of it. And yeah, so we'll just there's some snap-on sockets. Different. There's all kinds of different size sockets in there. I mean, I don't even know what we got in here. That one don't fit, so that one's kind of like a oddball out. I don't know why there's that many. I wonder if it didn't close. Here's some jacks we had to get out today to do that flat tire. We grabbed this first jack, and it's a brand new jack, and it's called Blackjack. And it was bought at Walmart, and it wouldn't work. And then we grabbed another one, and it wouldn't work. Two brand new jacks. My son bought both of them. They both came with these jack stands. And here's the whole set. Brand new, 2 1/4 ton jack, 2 brand new jack stands, and the jack's no good. And we got that times 2. So the jack stands here are in the garage because I already took them in. But both those jacks are junk. Neither one of them are good. I had to dig out another one I had laying around. Thank God I had that jack, and I changed that tire on the Fifth Avenue with that jack. And so yeah, that thing is pure garbage. Those blackjacks. So I wouldn't spend my money on them anymore. So yeah, we'll soak these down with some PB Blaster and get the rust going off of them. There we go. I don't like rust on my tools. I really don't. I just hate it. You know, these are going to have to be wire wheeled with my wire wheel tool. And until I can do that, this is the next best thing. So yeah. So now we're working on the 65 Mustang. We got the Fifth Avenue up there out of the bad spot it's in. So we decided to try to take the 65 and bring it up around the barn here. And you guys remember the last time you saw it, it was sitting there. And it's not there anymore. I came out, put some gas in it, a battery in it. I took the battery out of Fifth Avenue and put it in the Mustang. And it had 2 flats. It had a flat on the left rear and a flat on the right front. So we made it right here. And we aired the left front up. And we aired the right front up, and we got to right here, and just like the Fifth Avenue, the right front blew. Now, no sooner than I got up here, the right front blew out, so now we got a flat. There's Bear. Now we got a flat again, so we're going to have to change this tire completely out. That tire's aired up. That one's got air, but that one completely blowed out on me. And this smells like a barn inside this car. It just smells hideous. So we're gonna have to address this. Yeah, we need to. And we picked up the motor that was laying on the ground that came off the red Craftsman, and we stuffed it there. And that's as far as we got. So it's got a motor, but it's no good. But it does have a motor. Here's the cover to it. This is the actual cover to it. I think it went something like that. Somewhere around like that, I think it's how it went. Yeah, just like that. We brug in a rug for Spike and got them electric cords up. They're not live, but we got them cords up, got them out of the way, and brought him a nice little mat in here for he can kind of relax on and lay on. And he ate all his food. It's going on evening here. He's going to be getting another feeding right now, but you can see old Spike, he's lapping up the water right there. It's a hot one. I've been taking sporadic moments out here today in this heat. It's been so hot that it's pretty much unfit for, you know, for human or beast. And of course my weeds, I need to get that weed eater out, but I'm just so, you know, slacking with that thing. I don't want to fire it up. I get all itchy and scratchy and stuff when I use the weed eater anymore. My face breaks out. I just hate it. I guess I'm allergic to it. And I just don't want to do it. So we're going to come in the barn here and see if we can't find a flathead screwdriver. And I should have, there we go, to open a, there's our Omega. There that beautiful car is. That's the car everybody likes in the YouTube world, the Omega. Yeah, she's still ready to go. We swapped the battery out of it because we didn't have one for it. And so it's sharing the battery with the Duster. So we just got a battery for it. We got a trove of batteries right here. These aren't Optimus, but these are some other batteries that are some good manufacturers. Duralast, Max, Everstart, Walmart batteries, you know, some AutoZone batteries. There's a Deca over there. One battery, that's called a Deca. I rode that for years. They're all old batteries. There's my air compressor. It's a PowerMate air compressor. Really love that compressor. Really happy with that air compressor. We got a lot of stuff around here. There's that new spool my son bought me that we can use, and we got some old Craftsman Sears compressors. That one's dead. This one here works. Here's a small one. I used to use this one. This is the one that's in a couple of videos. You can hear in the background, it's real loud. But it does work. I'm going to probably sell that. It's got a little problem right here. It leaks air out with this little line right there. It needs a brass ferrule. There's an old bicycle right there. It's a girl's bike. This bike is, before Huffy, it was called Huffman. So yeah, you can see the name there, Huffman. That's an old, it had a headlight right here. The top cover is missing. But that's a headlight right there is what that is. And this is a really old girl's bike, probably from the 50s, I think. And we just love it. We're going to try to get some tires on it. The chain needs a chain put on it. And try to put some hand grips on it and try to ride it. We love our bicycles around here. We've got a lot of them. There's my Roadrunner, and of course the boom truck, you guys saw that yesterday. There's some of our drag seats we like so much around here. We've got a lot of those racing seats around here. And there's the Aaron's. The Aaron's is back, but this time you can see she's been out, she's been backed in. This thing will run, drive now, cut grass, and do its job. The Murray's going to be on the list. We're going to get the Murray out of that pretty much grass-infested hole it's in and get it fired up. It's got a flat tire. It does run. We're going to get it out and showcase the little Murray mower. We love our lawnmowers around here. A big pile of wood. That's actually fencing wood for fence is what that is. The guy that lived here before me did a lot of replacing on the fence, and he just piled up wood right there. He doesn't know what I know, that's just a safe haven for, you know, ants and everything else. Spiders. So we don't know what's in here. Oh, okay, there's the other door panel. There's the door panel. There's a spare tire. I'm going to hold air. Hey, that has air in it. We might be able to just go ahead and just drill that on. And yeah, we'll just do that instead of going through the trouble, airing the tire up and dismounting one and mounting one. We'll put some air in that, and then we'll throw that on. And then we'll come back and look at that. You can see what's been in there. See the turds? Yeah, those are rat turds. Those are mouse turds all over there. All mouse turds everywhere. I knew there was a smell, and it smelled like a barn, and yeah, it's rat turds. That's what I'm smelling. I knew I was smelling something that was not right. And I made it nice and comfy for them. Look, they had little cushions to lay on. They had carpet. Yeah, get that out. That's a brand new gas tank my son bought. We were going to put it in the 65 Blue Mustang. And I cried about it. I said, no, we're not putting that in the Mustang. I didn't want him to have that in his Mustang, and there's a reason for it. The trunk floor on a 65 Mustang is the gas tank. That's your floor, the top of the tank. So if you get hit in the back of this car, what's going to happen is this metal is going to fold in. It's going to rupture the tank, and then it's going to explode. Whoever's in the car is going to either be burned severely or burned to death. And it's not going to be my boy. So, you know, yeah, it's set up in there for me to get it, but, you know, it's not going to be my son. My son's not going to be the one that's going to get, you know, killed. No, it's not going to happen. So he threw a fit about it. I put my foot down. I said, no, that's, you know, that's not how it's going to go down, son. We're not doing that. We're not putting that gas tank in your car. He wants that gas tank in his car, but we're going with a fuel cell. We bought a really cool aluminum fuel cell for his car, and we're going to put that in his blue Mustang. Mine will stay with the tank that you see in there. But this car, once I get it out of here and get it up on the hill, it does have brakes. It needs a rear bumper. I think it needs a front bumper too. Pretty sure it does. Yeah, it needs a front bumper too. It needs a couple bumpers. Once I get a couple bumpers on it and get that barn smell out of it, get that door panel on it, clean it up a little bit. Yeah, I'll drive this car probably to shows. And if I don't drive it, I will put it on the rollback. No, I won't probably drive it, no. With 77,000 miles, no, I'm not going to put any miles on it. So this car will strictly be, you know, trailered, actually rollbacked everywhere except for on the property. You know, we'll put it over there in the field, play with it. 6-cylinder inline, 200 6-cylinder, I believe it was. I believe it's a 200 6-cylinder. And it's got a lot of torque, these inline 6. They got a lot of torque to them. He has a red motor. Somebody painted the valve cover blue. So that's I believe that's a 200. The carburetor's been rebuilt by our carburetor guy. And there's the Optimum battery sitting in it that I put in and took it out of the Fifth Avenue. Sharing the battery right now with the Fifth Avenue. I just want to try to put one of them other ones that I just showed you in the garage in it. And they're still charging. So, you know, I couldn't wait. I went ahead and, you know, tried to make it, get it up on the hill with the Fifth Avenue, and it made it as far as it made it right here, and that's as far as it went. That flat tire just stopped it. You know, it was in the barn when that water come up, and it flooded in the barn. And it flooded so much in the barn that it actually got water in the oil. So I don't know how much water was in this car, but quite a bit. So we drained the oil, we changed it. I'm sure the rear end's probably got water in it still. We still have to service the rear end. Probably going to service the transmission. Yeah, we got some wheel cylinders to put on the back still, on the passenger seat there. There's the horn button that I've been having trouble with trying to get it back on the car. It's real troublesome trying to get that horn button to stay on that car. The console doesn't fit that car. It's actually for another car. I believe it's a Mustang 2, 70, what is it, a 74? Yeah, it's a 74 through 78 console, and it just fits just beautiful in that car, and I like it. I'm going to leave it. My son just bought a console for his. If we run across another one, maybe we'll pick it up for this one. This didn't have taillights in it when we bought it. Our gas cap was missing. Gas tank was junk. We put taillights in it. We put a gas tank in it. I rebuilt the whole front end. Got brakes up on it, you know, so I've done a lot of work to this car, a lot of welding too, because the shock towers were completely gone in this car. I mean, if you tried to drive it, the front tires would fold backwards, and they would just fold out like that, and both tires one tire would go out like that, and the other tire would go like that, and you couldn't drive it. You couldn't, it was just, that's why I said my friend couldn't do anything with it. After I fixed it, he came over and saw it. He says, I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, well, I can do anything. So I fixed that, and of course it did. I'm not sure it's, you know, how aligned it is perfectly. We haven't taken it to an alignment shop, so probably won't do that. I'd like to get the quarter panels patched up and maybe throw some mud at it and sand and paint and, you know, gussy it up some and put it on the rollback and take it and kind of showcase it around. It's 77,000 miles, one owner. I'm the second owner of the car because it never was put in my friend's name. The title's still in his grandmother. So it's a one-owner car. I'm the second owner of the car, actually. So yeah, so that's a good thing. There's that Murray. You can see she's been sitting for a while. The tire's completely flat, and she's sunken down into the mud. So yeah, the Aaron's deserves to come out of that. Yeah, where it's not the Aaron's, the Murray. Yeah, here's the Murray. It's got a Briggs & Stratton power-built motor, 12.5 horsepower, and it's a good running mower. My buddy that I got it from, my neighbor, he gave it to me, and he replaced that engine. That's not the original engine. He put a different engine on that. And so yeah, we like it. And there's the Aaron's, of course, and the convertible. Love that Bonneville. I tell you what, we took this Bonneville out, and it was called the Topless 66 Bonneville Goes Topless video. This thing is a powerhouse. This motor that's in this car is ungodly. This 389 4-barrel engine. That engine is actually a big block. And there it is in all her glory. With the air cleaner off of it now, you can see how big that. We had this carburetor rebuilt by a carb guy. His name's Jack out of Mount Carmel, Cincinnati, Ohio. He rebuilt that carburetor. He's an exquisite carburetor man. He used to work for Holly, Jack did, and we can get you his name and number if you're interested. He can do any kind of carburetor. He's really specializes in Hollies, but you can see he did a cracked up job on that one. That thing was junk. I'm having a little issue with the choke. I can't blame him. You know, you have to adjust it. It's a little adjustment over there on the side of it. But this car is just awesome. It's got, you know, the carburetor rebuilt. We put a brand new cam in it, new timing chain, new gears, new lifters, new HEI distributor on the engine. It's got a 1-wire alternator, new power brake booster, brand new master cylinder. Every single piece of hydraulic line is new, from hose to line to metal line to wheel cylinders. Shoes, lining, hardware, spring kit, you name it, this thing's got it done to it. You know, hose wise, upper radiator hose, new water pump, new lower radiator hose. The radiator, I do believe, we need a radiator for it. It doesn't leak right now, but you know, we need a radiator, I believe. If I remember right, we still got a radiator issue. But we've driven this thing to Claremont County from Brown County. New heater hoses, you can see the new heater hoses, I put them on. New plug wires, you know, you name it, this thing's got it. There's that new lower hose right there, so you can still see the sticker on it. But other than the you know, the radiator, that cooling system's all brand new. It's a new water pump. We had to take the original water pump off, and we sent it out to a place called Smythe Automotive, Parts Plus. And Smythe sent it out to A1 Cardone, and A1 Cardone overhauled it, rebuilt it, and then sent it back. Because of the way the fan, the blade inside it spins, it turns the water. It's a certain, you know, it's a certain one. You had to send it out to have it rebuilt. You couldn't. We tried to buy one, or what they call a rebuilt one, and it was wrong. We went to 2 or 3 different part stores. We kept getting the wrong water pump. It wouldn't turn the water the way it has to go. So yeah, we had to take the original pump. Thank God we found it, because we dropped it off at a parts store for a core, and we had to go back and get it from the parts store and then send it out to A1 Cardone, and they rebuilt it. So that's where we're at right now. We're going to go ahead and change out that tire on that 65 red Mustang. There's the deck off of Joe Rumpy's mower, the green mower around back there. That's his mower deck right there. It's rotted, it's rough, but we're going to patch it up. We robbed parts off of it for our Craftsman. That's where we're at with the red Mustang right now. We're going to, you know, jump off here. We're going to change out that tire. Then we'll come back out and fire it up and see if we can get it away from Bear, so Bear don't end up chewing it up. I don't know what Bear will do it to. I know what Piggy will do. You can't park a car near Piggy, because you seen what he did at Fifth Avenue. He chewed the rubber floor, mud flaps off of it, and he just he had a feast with it. And this dog here is more powerful than Piggy. I imagine he'd probably chew tire off of it. So yeah, we're gonna have to get that out of there and get it swept up, get it cleaned up. Here's the back side of my barn right here. It's a pretty tall barn. I painted the roof last year with some of that, what do they call that? That RV stuff that goes on, not RV, but well, it goes on RVs too. Motor home, it's, you know, your mobile home. It's that silver paint. We painted that roof last year, and we did the top of the MOC with it too. And it looks like it's about ready to get done again. It's a silver looking mobile home stuff, paint that goes on there for the roof. It gets a roof coated cover, keep it from leaking. We did that to it. We also did the motor home. It's a real painstaking thing. We got up there and put 2 coats of that up there on the roof of that to keep it from leaking, because it had some issues when we got it. It was leaking too, but that's where we're at. We're working on cars around here, shooting videos, showing you guys what we're doing, showcasing some of the hot rods that we have. The Fifth Avenue's got a trunk full of, looks like body material. Hubcaps are, I don't know what them hubcaps are off of. I'm kind of curious, what is that hubcap off of? Well, that's a Dodge. Yeah, that's some old Dodge. There's a spider in there. I don't know if he's still alive. Yeah, he's a live one. I see him moving. Oh God, what do we got, more ants? Yeah, we got more ants back here. We got some black ones here. Yeah, we're got to get some spray these puppies down and kill some ants around here. We got a lot of ants in this store. Yeah, there's ants, there's spiders. There's all kinds of creatures in this thing. Yeah, we'll do that today. Yeah, there's a pair of cutters. There's some more tools. Hey, there's my airhead chisel tools. I've been looking for these. Hey, there's my body hammer. I was wondering where these tools went. Fifth Avenue had them. I guess I had all these body tools out when I was fixing this door. That door was just totally totaled. It was cream from one end of it to the other. And I completely redid that door. I fixed that door. I pulled it all out. And then skim coated it with Bondo and straightened it and made it look good. That's the lawnmower I keep talking about right there that we robbed the engine off that green one. That's that Joe Rumpian engine right there. That's my buddy who passed away. We were friends for about 35 years. He was my buddy. And lost him, and we still got his engine, so we think about him when we run this mower. And we do run it usually about once a week. We run that one, and we run this one, and we will run that one a little bit too. Of course, we got the errands now too down there. So yeah, we got 4 different lawn tractors to ride, and it's a win. We love it. We got plenty of lawn tractors. We got a lot of grass to cut. So my favorite naturally is the John Deere. The John Deere is my favorite. And now we find some more tools. It just doesn't get those things are froze up. Those are my good cutters. Sheet metal shears. That's just a shame to see them like that, boy. About out of spray. Lucky I got another can in the house. See if we can't fix it.